It's been a year since we last saw Desmond and Ezio in the critically acclaimed game Assassin's Creed 2, which saw a vast improvement on the original game. It just managed to completely overwhelm me when I reviewed it. If you're not familiar with the story of the Assassin's Creed franchise, then this might not make a lot of sense. Story-wise, the game is set immediately after the first game. Desmond and co. are on the run from the Templars, and in a desperate attempt to escape, travel to modern-day Montridione and hide under the Villa Auditore. While there, they set up the Animus, which allows Desmond to relive more of Ezio's memories. The Ezio storyline is set a little while after the end of Assassin's Creed 2, with Ezio content and looking to settle down at the villa. Then Cieza, Borgia with the Papal army, attacks the villa and steals away the apple. Ezio then must travel to Rome to regain the apple to stop Cieza's quest for power. As always, the modern day storyline is just a convenient setting to explain away any issues with the real story within the Animus, which, while not going to win any awards, is enough to keep you engaged and curious. That said, the modern day aspect of the story is also expanded upon, and the ending has certainly got a lot of fans guessing. The whole game is basically Assassin's Creed 2.5, and as such, don't expect many changes. The graphics are pretty much exactly the same as its predecessor, which is fine by me. The voice work is once again brilliant throughout the whole game, and coupled with an interesting soundtrack that alters based on variations in game, means you've got a treat for your ears. I mean, sure, the random people in the street do tend to repeat themselves a lot, but you can live with that. With all this though, you can't help but feel everything is cut and pasted from Assassin's Creed 2. The large expansive city of Roma just seems to merge with Florence for the most part. There aren't many changes in the environment. One of the good things about Assassin's Creed 2, and even the original, was that the many different cities you visited had a unique feel, but with this game you've got around 3 basic areas: urban city, ancient ruins, and large open plains. After playing the game for around 10 hours, you can't help but feel a little bit underwhelmed. Credit where credit is due, however, Ubisoft Montreal have once again done a wonderful job of taking real-world landmarks and placing them within the game. I had always wanted to see the Vatican, and now I have. Thankfully then, Ubisoft Montreal have provided many set pieces and missions to provide respite from the constant feeling of deja vu. As the devs announced back in E3, they've attempted to add many more wow moments to the game. I think they've succeeded. I won't spoil anything for you, but there are some pretty amazing moments in the game. Once again, the game is all about free running, and it's easy to dismiss this after so many games have copied the style, but the ability to climb buildings with the minimum amount of input from the user is still amazing. Veteran gamers, and those new to the series alike, will be able to traverse the large city of Rome with ease. Being contextual based does mean that Ezio doesn't always do what you want, but with additional training, courtesy of the completely optional VR training program, you'll learn enough little tricks to stop this from being too annoying or too boring. The thing Ubisoft were proud to announce was the combat was improved. The AI would be much more aggressive, and you in turn will be rewarded for being more aggressive. There definitely is an improvement, but I'm not sure it's a major one. Instead of now simply standing in a defensive posture and counter-attacking all day, the player can take the offensive. Once you've killed one enemy, you can quickly select another and perform a one-hit kill. It's possible to link these kills up too, so a group of 10 soldiers can quickly, and brutally, be taken care of. It works for the most part, but too often you'll find your killing spree comes to an abrupt halt, as random attacker number 3 gets in a swipe mid-animation, so you can't do anything but watch the pain. So the counter-attack thing is still going to be used a lot of the time. Speaking of fighting, killing guards is ridiculously easy. Does anybody remember when you had to run away from guards and hide in haystacks? No? Well, neither does Ubisoft. Whether it's a blessing or a curse, I'm not sure, but the whole remain hidden and avoid combat aspect of the game has been removed from all but a few missions. There aren't that many archers on the rooftops anymore, and even if you take the street, most guards don't look at you unless you're killing somebody standing right next to them. More realistic, yeah, but sometimes you want a bit more of a challenge. Rome is being controlled by the Borgia. They like keeping the people down and their profits up. They do this through the use of Borgia towers. I think there are 15 towers throughout Rome, and Ezio must burn them down. Burning them does 3 things. It reduces the number of guards in the area, it allows you to upgrade shops and buildings, and it also acts as an assassin's tower, but a bit more on that later. So the further you progress, the easier the game gets basically, and one of the hints the game gives you is destroy Borgia towers to reduce the difficulty. Upgrading shops and buildings works in the same way it did in Assassin's Creed 2, but on a much larger scale. There are at least 50 shops for you to bring back to life, landscapes you can buy, fraction buildings, which makes thieves, mercenaries, courtesans wander around the area, and quick travel points to renovate. This takes a lot of money to do, but with Assassin's Creed 2, each building you renovate brings in some income. This, once again, can be taken advantage of, and players can farm for more money. But because there's so much more to spend money on, everything seems much more balanced. After renovating the buildings, you can, of course, purchase new armour, weapons, pouches, paintings, and dye your clothes. Another new aspect of the game is the assassin recruitment. Ezio can now recruit rebellious characters and train them up as assassins. So after a set point, you'll find people fighting back against the guards, and you can help them, and then bring them into the fold. After that point, Ezio can call on his assassins to help him. You can select a target, and an assassin will appear and kill him without Ezio ever giving away his presence to the guards. Or during a fight, you can call for aid, and your white-hooded friend will rush in and join the fight with you. Assassin recruits can also be upgraded. You do this by sending them on missions. To access the missions, you need to find an assassin tower or dovecot. You can then select a mission and send one of your recruits to complete it. As they complete missions, they gain experience, and you can upgrade their armour and weapons. However, sending an assassin recruit on a mission means they won't be there to help Ezio. All in all, the whole edition is rather superfluous. You don't really need the assassin recruits, but using them does make the game a lot easier. Perhaps a bit too easy. The thing is, the game is too easy, but Ubisoft, seeing this complaint, have done something quite devious. They give you a mission and say, "Do what you want to complete it, but this is how you should complete art." Ubisoft are French. That's a French accent there. All the missions have one condition for plot advancement, but another special condition to give completionists another thing to do, and I can tell you, some of those conditions are a real pain. Of course, the new feature is the multiplayer. Is it needed? Not really, but it doesn't stop it from being a bit of fun. The aim of multiplayer is to kill one of the other players, but at the same time, somebody else is trying to kill you. So you've got to skillfully sneak up onto your target without them noticing, while at the same time attempting to remain inconspicuous to your pursuer, who may or may not be right behind you at this very moment. It certainly adds tension to the game. There are two modes: Wanted, where it's you versus everybody, and Manhunt, where you break up into two teams. One team hides from the other, and then it switches halfway. There isn't much depth to multiplayer, but playing skillfully gains more points, and points means new abilities, skins, and other features. At the time of writing, the online scene is busy enough to get full matches going, but I can't guarantee that lasting after January. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is basically more of the same. Is that bad? Hell no. Is it innovative? Is it pushing any boundaries? Well, no. Is it fun? Yeah. If you enjoyed Assassin's Creed 2, then definitely pick up the game. If you've never tried the series before, then I'd probably recommend getting Assassin's Creed 2, just so you have some idea what's going on, and it will probably be cheaper. But you could do a lot worse than getting this game. I give this game a 9 out of 10.
Could it have been an assassin?
There are rumors which favor such a theory.
Never listen to gossip, Leonardo. It could get you into trouble.
Good advice.